Well, it's all starting to feel very real now. In a couple of weeks, I'm going to be heading to South Africa to train to be a safari guide. I intend on documenting every step of the journey, and I thought it would make sense to start with the who, why, how, what, and where. So I'm going to start with a basic introduction. My name's Lewis, I'm from Glastonbury in Somerset, and in my most recent career path I was a sports coach in primary schools, a personal trainer, and sports massage therapist. Not too long ago I found myself in a rut, directionless and depressed, so I decided to sell my businesses and fulfill a long time dream of going to Thailand to train Muay Thai. The idea being that while I was away, I would decide what my next step was. Now, just before I went away, I saw an ad pop up to become a safari guide. When I first saw it, I thought, how silly is that? But it kept coming up, and then the more I looked into it, the more I thought, okay, I really want to do that. I always loved wildlife as a kid, and I thought it'd be a great adventure. Frankly, my time in Thailand made me realise that I didn't want to be stuck in a little town anymore, and I wanted to travel. So I looked into the safari guide opportunity deeper, and after having some phone interviews in Thailand, I was offered a place on the course, and I decided to go for it. When I got back to the UK, I had a month before I was due to pay the deposit to go on the course, and I had that month to think about, is this even something I want to do? Am I going to be able to do it? Is there going to be anything that stops me being able to do it? And on the day that I was due to pay the deposit, the same day I got paid less than what I was expecting to, and I thought, that's it, I'm not going to be able to go. It's going to be a very expensive and big thing, and if I'm having problems this early, maybe I can't do it. So I left to work that morning thinking, I'm not going to be going. And it took me about 10-15 minutes to drive to work, and the first thing I did when I got to work was pay the deposit and just decide it was future Lewis's problem to sort the rest out, because I knew from how disappointed I was that I wasn't going to be able to do it, just how badly that I wanted it to happen. And of course there was a lot for future me to sort out. The amount of paperwork that I've had to do with it all is insane. To do with the course, applying for the visas, which I had to do twice because my visa didn't come through in time, and I had to go through the whole process again, leading to a 6-month delay. And as well as all that stuff, I had to sort out my vaccinations and all of the equipment that I needed to take with me and make sure that I was fully prepared. Over the last year and a half, I also had to make sure that I worked really hard to ensure that I had the finances to be able to do it. And then on top of that, I have been studying really hard and making sure that I've got the knowledge base needed before arriving, so that I'm not starting from scratch. This included a couple of online courses I completed, and luckily I was given the opportunity to do the level 2 exams ahead of time, which with some hard work I have actually passed already, meaning that when I arrive there, in theory, my exams are done. It will all just be the practical elements that I need to be assessed on. I've had to do a lot of learning already and will have to do a lot more. The course content includes things such as conducting a guided experience, driving safari vehicles, vehicle maintenance, vehicle repair, radio procedures, walking safaris, viewing potentially dangerous animals, rifle handling, rifle maintenance, tracking and identification, wilderness survival, geology, weather and climate, astronomy, ecology, biomes, taxonomy, botany, arthropods, fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, mammals, ethology, conservation management, historical human habitation, photography, video editing, and Zulu. I'm sure there'll be a lot more as well. After a year and a half of working towards a goal, studying, and setbacks including a 6-month delay, it's finally time for me to leave. I was going to include an in-depth packing section at this point. However, I don't think you guys need to see me pack my clothes and everything like that and all the standard stuff. So I'm just going to summarize the safari stuff. And the reason I'm going to summarize it is because at the moment I don't know. It's all going to be very new to me. So perhaps in the future, for anyone that is wanting to go on safari, a video I can include is what essentials do you need to bring? What things do you think you maybe need to bring that turn out to be useless? And give you advice on that area of things. So with the packing done and the extra case added on, which was more of a nightmare than it needed to be, I now have nothing left that is stressful to sort out before going, meaning that I can just focus on enjoying the time I have left in the UK with my friends and family and getting excited about what there is to come. So that being said, now let me show you about the where part of the video. So I'm going to be travelling from Glastonbury to London to catch my flight down to Johannesburg. I will spend a week in Johannesburg, relaxing, getting any last minute bits before the final leg into Kruger National Park. Kruger is going to be my new home, full of amazing scenery and wildlife. At 19,500 kilometres squared, it is almost the size of Wales. So let's talk about what I'm going to be doing. For the first 6 months, I'm going to be allocated to the Southern African Wildlife College campus in Kruger National Park. While there, I'm going to be studying, training, going on game drives, learning all aspects that it takes to become a field guide. Once I'm qualified, I'll then be allocated to a safari lodge for a 6-month work placement to complete my training. As you can see, the campus is really well equipped. There's even a gym and a pool for the downtime, but it is very much still in the wilderness. One of the things we've been warned about ahead of time is there is high chance of leopards and hyena passing through the camp, and it is actually in a Big 5 area, so it is perfectly reasonable that I could open my tent in the morning and there be a lion, elephant, rhino, you name it. I'm really excited to see all this. As far as things I'm especially excited for, I think it's going to be amazing to see a honey badger because they are one of my favourite animals, and getting to meet the elephants in Thailand was amazing. Just look at my happy face here, and seeing the African elephants is going to be just as amazing, I know. So that pretty much sums things up for now. I didn't go into too much detail on a lot of places, partially because I want the main focus to be on the journey rather than on myself, and I'm sure there's going to be lots of information that I've left vague in this video that I'm going to build upon in future videos. The second reason is, out of all the things, people keep asking me whether I'm nervous or how I feel about going. Doing this is undoubtedly the thing that has made me the most nervous and the thing that is most outside of my comfort zone. I can only promise that things will get better as I learn. Video editing is very new to me. Doing this whole thing is very new to me. So thank you for sticking with it this long, and I hope you want to come back and see more in the future. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. It only takes a second and it will really help me grow. Or if you'd like to contribute more directly, please follow the link to buy me a coffee.